Do you guys want hats? Happy holidays.
Happy
Welcome.
holidays.
Yeah, it's the festive season. What's your go-to Christmas soundtrack?
I'm really basic. I really rotate between Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas and Ariana Grande's Santa Tell Me. And that's really, I'm ashamed to admit that.
I think I'm more like a classic Christmas gal. Like I love to listen to like Oh Holy Night, or just like some like choir version, because we used to be in choir when we were kids, and every Christmas we would sing like in like a church those like songs, so that just feels like real Christmas to me.
Tej, what's your Christmas soundtrack? I bet you have some weird.
No, mine's really embarrassing. I really like, I guess it's not embarrassing, but it's like, I'm a big sucker for like all like the Bing Crosby and like stuff like that. And
Classic Christmas.
The Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, the one from like the 50s.
Yeah, the one that everybody listens to. Like, yeah.
The most like vanilla like Christmas music, like the classic Christmas music. Sinatra, whenever the Beach Boys like Christmas. I think they did.
I didn't even know that.
Little Saint Nick.
Oh,
I remember that.
we used to cover that when we were younger, busking.
Yeah. We used to do Christmas gigs, so we had like a whole catalog of Christmas songs. So yeah, maybe that's why I now just rotate between the basic ones, because like
We did like a little too much Christmas.
Too much Christmas.
Yeah, because when we were teenagers and we were gigging around town, like we'd get so many gigs to play like private parties at Christmas, and it would just be like 15 at these like corporate events, like singing Little Saint Nick.
3 sets of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
3 45-minute
That's
sets.
a lot of Christmas.
Yeah, that's a lot of Christmas for a very like unfestive audience, I have to imagine.
You know what though? They'd get lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fionn
Yes.
nailed it.
And our last name, we have a double last name, but it's Finn Morris. But we were like, oh, Fionn, and we're like, that's cool. It's our name.
What's like the Christmas vibe for you guys? Like, do you guys have any fun traditions?
My mom started this present game where like she buys a bunch of presents and we have to like roll a dice and like I don't know.
No, okay, it's like you have all the presents in the middle of the table. You roll a dice. If you get a 6, you can take a present. And nobody knows what the presents are. And so then once everybody has a pile of presents, like from the middle, the game switches so that when you roll a 6, you can steal somebody else's present.
So it gets really intense.
It gets really intense.
And like usually like me and my stepdad will just like fight over the presents that are like shaped like wine bottles.
Nice.
And
Are they always wine bottles?
I mean, there's always like at least 2. Like she puts them in cylinder boxes, so the two of us we steal each other's cylinders. Anyway, but it's very very fun. But it's also kind of intense. Like it could start a family fight.
Yeah.
It really could. It hasn't yet, thank God. But we'll see this year.
You guys have so much music. How are you guys keeping up this pace?
We always have 2 people writing songs. So then
Yeah, which makes it easier. Like we won't write together because we get mad at each other. We get into little fights,
little twin
fights if we try to write together. So we don't do that anymore. We gave up. Actually, the only song we ever wrote together without fighting was a Christmas song.
With I Might Start Smoking, your most recent album, the single version of I Might Start Smoking is different from the album version. What's the rationale behind that?
Well, basically, we were looking for a song from that album to like send out to radio stations. We were going for more like rock radio because I guess that album was kind of somewhere in between pop and rock. But I don't feel like there was anything that was super obviously pop or super obviously rock. We were talking to our radio team and they were like, this one, like I Might Start Smoking, sounds the most like it could be on rock radio, but like it just needs like a bit of like oomph, you know? We found out that was going to be the radio single. We thought, okay, well, I guess we'll just like bring it back into the studio and just add a few more elements to kind of rock it up. And honestly, like we revisited it about a year later, and I think I prefer the newer version. I think we improved it.
We've already kind of discussed the massive discography. It's very cool. Feels like it's changed a lot. What's behind that?
Yeah, I think that we're like, you know, in our first album we were like in our teens when we were writing all those songs, and then like migrating into our 20s. It's just a time of change, you know. I think that it's only natural for artists to like evolve and like try different things and try to like settle on a sound that you really feel like is you. And I feel like we're finally kind of there. But with that being said, I'm really proud of everything else that we've made, and I kind of just think it's just some self-discovery happening.
Yeah, we started off like very folk, kind of like Celtic folk rock. Then we went like completely opposite to pop, because I think like, I mean, I've always really enjoyed just like kind of focusing it, like zeroing in on making something hooky, and I just was like, you know, really interested in like experimenting with that. But then we kind of found out after we made the pop record, we were like we miss like, I don't know, like the folk element a bit, and like just kind of like the heart and soul that comes with like writing like something that's a little bit more singer-songwriter, or like or written from like a true experience. I mean, also like most of our pop record was written during the pandemic, and like we weren't having any experiences, so like we didn't really have any like concrete stories to tell, so it was kind of more fun to just focus on making something that people could groove to and like actually just like enjoy in that way. But then post-pandemic, when we were having experiences again, and yeah, we just realized that we kind of missed the organic element, so we just tried to like marry those two things together, which is like I think what our sound is now.
So your type, that seems like a stressful song.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it is stressful, and I feel like the biggest thing that I have to fight is like, because I'll write a song like, and it's really about how I'm feeling in the moment, and then I'm like, perfect, like we'll put it out in the world, and then once it's out in the world, I'm like, oh no, I'm like, oh, what have I done? And then I'm like, oh no, I had to promote this now, like, oh god, like what if they know that it's like whoever I wrote it about? I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna know it's about them, because I do write about people. And there's so it's happened with like the last couple single releases. Like we did one called Bad at Being Casual as well, and that one I'm like très embarrassed, very embarrassed, but you know, you gotta fight through. That's all you have to do. You just have to like fight through and be like, okay, nobody else knows who this is about. The person that I wrote it about probably doesn't even care. Like it's like they probably like they probably don't think about it, you know. And so that's how I try to justify, I suppose. But it's hard, it's difficult. But that's what comes with like sharing, I don't know, personal details about your life in song.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to plug? Keeping in mind, it's December now, Christmas time. We're here.
Oh man, that's so well.
We just put out a single. I guess by now it'll be a couple months old. She'll be old at this point.
But still
very good though.
Still go give her a stream.
You haven't checked her out yet.
It's called Snake Behavior. So just I guess we'll promote that. Go stream Snake Behavior.
Yeah, go do that. Yeah.
Wait, which camera am I looking into? This,
yeah, I know. I was like trying to point.
Whichever. Stream it. Stream Snake Behavior. Stream Snake Behavior. Stream Snake Behavior.